Shalom, shalom, shalom. Kol Yisrael. This is Pethuel Ben Yaakov, and this is actually the first day, still the first day of Sukkot, the High Shabbat, and everybody we got a few people getting up. Sisters are starting to prepare a big breakfast for everybody. We're gonna do a big breakfast this morning and everything. So I'll be taking some videos of them preparing and everything like that. And we got Sister Bathia, she's over here making the fire for everybody right now. As you can see, she's getting it going. The wood is a little damp, so this one might take a minute for it to actually catch on, but yeah, she's gonna get that going. All the little, most of the kids are up. All of my children are up, sitting around the fire.
Hey.
My wifey.
Yeah. Don't look too good this morning.
The littlest one right here, Alicia. Look at her. She's something else.
Yep.
Those slingshots.
There goes Sky.
That's a job for slingshot.
Sky.
He said he's not slingshotty.
Okay. So we're gonna walk right up here right quick. The kids got this stuff laying in the road. Kaya. What Kaya at? Kaya, you cannot leave. The scooter laying in the road. Get out the road, sweetie. Come get out the road, please. How old are you today, love?
I'm 6.
You 6 years old today?
Yeah.
All right. You growing up?
Yeah.
I don't want you to grow. I want you to stay my little teeny beany little girl. All right, get that up for me, sweetie. You can't leave it in the road because someone might run over by accident.
Can I ride it?
You can ride it. Ride it over here, though. Ride it over here, boo.
I don't know how to turn it.
Here you go. You got to ride it over there, though. Be careful.
Okay.
We're going to see what they're doing over here to prepare for the food and everything like that. What we're going to do, we're going to wait on the breakfast preparation. I'm going to get a preparation of evening meal. It's going to be cooked outside later on today. We'll get that. But as you can see, we slept in our tents last night. Yeah, slept in our tents last night. And we do this for 7 days, as the scripture says. You should do it on boot for 7 days. That's how we do it here. So, yeah. I've been keeping Tabernacles for many, many years. Many, many years. It's one of my favorite feasts. And the significance of Tabernacles is not only the dwelling of the booths, but also the scripture talks about the ingathering as well. So Tabernacles is also known as the ingathering. And what the ingathering was and is during this time, right before the first frost or right before it started getting too cold, they would go out and glean the last harvest from their crops. And they would take that harvest and put it into the barns or into the storehouse to help them to make provisions for them for the wintertime. So, Tabernacles is very important as it relates to the end time, as it relates to the significance of Yah gathering the children of Israel. He's going to gather his people, all right? So all of these feasts, they have great significance and great spiritual implications. When we do them and we practice them, then, those spiritual analogies become more alive. You understand? Also, Tabernacles also represents just this temporary dwelling place. This place that we're in, the land of captivity that we're in right now, is a temporary dwelling place. So, and that's what a sukkah, that's what a tent was. It was a temporary dwelling place as they travel from the wilderness of Sinai to the Jordan, until they cross over the Jordan. they had tents that they dwelled in because they understood that the place that they were in was just a temporary place in a preparation for them to enter into the land of promise. So as the children of Israel, you know, that's why Yah tells us in the Torah that every Israelite should dwell in a tent or in booths or in a sukkah or in a temporary dwelling place these 7 days, because it reminds us that whatever place that we've been scattered to is just temporary. All right, so that's the significance of Tabernacles, especially the in-gathering, man. That's very important because, like I said, it signifies Yah gathering us, gathering his people, gathering his harvest, you know. A lot of people don't understand about the harvest as well too. Significant of the harvest. The harvest actually begins during the time of what we call Pentecost, Feast of Weeks. That's a celebration of the beginning of the harvest. The Passover season, which begins on the 14th day of Abib, which is the first month of the Hebrew New Year. That is a seed sowing time. That was a time whereby they begin to plant their crops and stuff in the field and stuff like that. And then as a duration of Passover, unleavened bread and things of that nature, when the Pentecost came, or the Feast of Weeks came, or first fruits as they call it as well too. And they call it first fruits for a reason. Why? Because during that time they begin to harvest the first fruits of their crop. And from that time to this time, you know, which is the 15th day of the 7th month of the Hebrew calendar, this is the ending of that harvest. You understand? And that's why it's so important for us to keep these feasts. And something else I want to say too, I'm gonna say this right quick. I got a video teacher coming on this, because you got people out here saying that in Paul's writings, he telling us that the feast days are done away with and everything of that nature. And that's a lie from the pit of hell. Because if you read in 1 Corinthians, he literally tells us, let us keep the feast. He said, let us keep the feast, not with the malice of the unleavened bread of malice, but with not with the leaven of malice and bitterness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity. So there's no place where he taught against the feast days or anything of that nature. Himself observed the feast days and the Shabbat. So I don't know where people are getting this false doctrine from, man. People be coming up with crazy stuff that's not even in Scripture, or not even a part of the context of even Paul's writings or what he was addressing in those epistles, okay? But I got some teachers coming on that, bring some clarity to that. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog for right now, and we may pick it up later on when we do something else today. All right, shalom everybody. Hallelujah. So I'm heading over here to my brother-in-law's little place over here. He's gonna make us some coffee. He's the master coffee maker around here.
I'm gonna go get the water and stuff so we can make some coffee.
All right.
Stuff like that, you know, and I could bake those muffins, you know. Nah, I'm gonna put them in the oven for my wife. She already pre-made it.
Got you.
But I'm gonna go ahead and get the waters and make us some coffee.
All right.
Yeah, Dad, Mom told me you was in the hospital. Some coffee here. This right here for a second. At the same time, I'm making some coffee. You know, we got the muffins in the oven. You know, so we're just making some coffee and some muffins for a little breakfast that we're having, a little get-together breakfast that we're having. Do this over here. 2, 3, 4. 6 tablespoons of coffee. And we got the percolator, so you can get all the flavor of that coffee in there. That's some good coffee right there. And you know, we had to whip out the almond milk caramel creamer. Some good stuff right here. Uh-huh.
Any almond milk on you?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Got some almond milk creamer.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. What you needed for tea?
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Yep.
How about
problem.
do we need to have our own one?
Like the top of this real quick. There we go. And let that sit for like, should be done in like 15 minutes.
No.
All right, that's gonna be good. You like dark roast?
I got it.
All right. That's the coffee Perkins still, but we go to after with the muffin. We're gonna cut that off.
That coffee smelling good too, boy.
So we cut the oven off and turn that. You see how it's perking right there? That just started perking, so we're gonna give it another maybe a couple minutes or so. Wait till it get a little darker and then turn that down. On low, let it perk on low. We might have to strain it. See that in there? Probably let it perk too high. See if it went over. You may not have to strain it. Yeah, all right.
Well, I can't wait to taste it. Boy. That coffee smelling good. I ain't gonna lie.
Put some of that vanilla creamer in there.
That's the first time I
smell
actually.
like caramel.
That's the first time I actually seen this vanilla
Yes, with almond milk.
with almond milk. Okay, I gotta get me some
It's
of
real
that.
good too. It's real.
That's
good.
almost good to have on the road too. So you know.
That's gonna be another. Sorry, that's gonna be another 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna get my cup and stuff. That should be ready by then.
All right.
That's good. You drink it black.
What you talking about? Any cream in?
It's good. You could drink that without even having to put sweetener in it and nothing. Taste that.
I can't drink
You
it
can't
black.
drink it black?
I gotta
Oh,
have
man.
some sweetener
I
and some
got
cream
some.
in there.
That's some sugar in the raw. You like sugar in the raw?
Yeah, that'd be fine. Shit, we
I
got
got
sugar in
honey.
the raw.
You know, because it's percolated without straining it, you might get a little bit of coffee crumbs.
Oh, that's all right. I don't mind the coffee.
Okay. Sit that back up.
And this is that almond creamer. That you putting in there.
Yep. And about
Raw sugar.
just 1 tablespoon of raw sugar. That's all you need with that creamer because it's already, you know, the creamer
Already
is
got some
kind of
sweetener
sweet.
to it.
That's foo-foo. That's not coffee. That's foo-foo.
Oh, foo-foo?
Coffee is when you just drink it black.
Right,
When you
okay,
add,
gotcha.
we add that creamer and sugar to it, it's foo-foo.
It's foo-foo, huh? Yeah. All right, you're gonna enjoy a cup of coffee. What you got right here, Ma?
I just made a potato hash.
Potato hash.
Yeah, it's like a hash brown bake.
Okay.
Y'all see how in the morning, you see how the sun hits on this side, right? And then I think y'all got a good spot because it hit y'all too. Y'all got a perfect spot. And then it moves. After a while, later on in the day, like the day when y'all came, it was over on that side. And it was still hitting y'all. I think y'all got a good spot.
What you got over here, babe?
Yeah.
We got some oatmeal. We got some vegan breakfast sausages. We got some. Oh, you got it. We got some blueberry muffins. We got some grits, some yellow grits. And some.
Stephanie, can you pass me a spoon from over here?
Thank you. Where are the spoons?
There's a
You got
box.
some
How you
apple
want to
juice.
make it? You want to make it and pass it out? What you want to do? Yeah, I'm gonna make it pass it around. Yeah.
All right, so the kids are out here enjoying a evening of dodgeball, and Azariah and Mark are assisting them in their dodgeball game or whatnot. So I'm gonna get some video footage of that as well too.
Amari, you back there? Wow. Oh my. Oh. All right, Kaya. We got Kaya and Amaya. Y'all don't know when it's coming because I'm behind y'all dad. Woo! Man! Woo! Wow! Okay. Oh, we got a kid. Alright. Amaya, you still in. Even though you won, you still in the middle. Go in the middle. Alright, what?
Can you come back in the middle now?
Okay. Mark, our aim gotta be bad.
All right, so right now everybody is sitting around the campfire. I don't know if you can see that in the background. They're actually sitting in the campfire right now, around the campfire. And basically everybody's eating their dinner for tonight. My wife is still getting my dinner together. She almost done. But they're sitting around and everything of that nature around the fire. We always build a campfire each night or evening, and then we sit around for a few hours at night, talk and fellowship, laugh or whatnot, whatever it might be, conversate, dialogue. So, yep. I'm gonna be continuing to do a vlog each day. We got some more people coming in on the towards the last few days of Sukkot. So we're looking forward to everyone coming out and participating with us in the celebration of the Feast of Sukkot. So I might throw a couple of videos on here. I think there were talks of everybody wanting to roast marshmallows, and the marshmallows that we roast, they don't have any pork or anything of that nature. They are vegan marshmallows, and you can get these vegan marshmallows at Trader Joe's. That's where my wife told me to pick our marshmallows up at, and everyone that fellowship with us picked up these vegan marshmallows. They're very good. They don't have pork, nothing like that unclean in it. It's pure vegan based marshmallows, and we use them to roast on the campfire, make s'mores and stuff like that with for the kids. You know, they really enjoy doing things like that. So till next time, say shalom to you all, and I'll be vlogging the second day of Sukkot as well too. Shalom.